はがままんじゅうの動画にようこそ。
ゆっくりしていってね。
今回から、新たな事件をやってくよー。
旧植物園の一件か。どんな話だろうね。
それでは、早速行ってみよう。
Holmes, for heaven's sake, whatever's going on?
Oh, hello, Watson. You're early. Did you kill all of your patients?
What? Holmes, where have all these wretched bees come from?
I increased the temperature of the room so as to prevent them from hibernating. I needed to take a sample of honey. But it worked, Watson. We will have honey all year round.
Ridiculous and dangerous.
They're domestic bees, Apis mellifera, such industrious workers. Anyway, Watson, I am sorry, but I must leave you. I'm in rather a hurry.
You have a new case?
Yes, but nothing as thrilling as this experiment. A theft of plants at the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew. I'm helping a minister who's an old friend of mine. You can join me if you like.
Well, I'll admit that I'd far rather accompany you than remain alone here with these workers of yours. Besides, you'll need a helping hand with the flowers you're intending to bring back.
Watson, however did you guess?
For the great Sherlock Holmes to bother with the theft of plants. Come on, admit that you're planning to spoil your little bees with some rare pollens.
Since when did I become so transparent? Let us go.
部屋の中でミツバチを飼うとは、恐るべし。
ホームズさんは相変わらずぶっ飛んでるな。
ここが旧植物園か。
Well, Holmes, here we are at the Royal Botanic Gardens. There's no doubt that this place is beautiful. But are you really intent on investigating the theft of the plants?
Yes, of course.
今回は盗難事件か。
盗難も憎むべき犯罪だけど、亡くなった人がいないという点では、ちょっと不安が和らぐよ。
Don't touch anything else, is that clear? Just go and get a bucket of fertilizer. And without turning it over this time. Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you? If you are here for a visit, please do come back on Sunday.
I am afraid that it cannot wait. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson. We are investigating the theft of plants that took place here 5 days ago. A remarkable collection, I believe.
So you're the one in charge, eh?
A small favour for a friend. Now, to whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
I am Martin Hamish. I am the Deputy Director of Kew Gardens. And that fellow yonder is Albert. He works here.
I am delighted to meet you. What can you tell us about the plants?
They were rare and exceptional plants. We presented them at our last exhibition. We haven't removed the stand yet. It is still in the large glass house. We only learned of their disappearance the evening after the exhibition, and nobody saw anything.
No doors were forced?
No, but I would imagine that for a thief it would be fairly easy to gain entry, for there are no guards here.
Well, if you don't mind, we will take a look. Now, you say that it is in the large glass house.
Yes, the one just behind me. Just a second, since Albert has nothing else to do. Albert! Show these gentlemen where the exhibition was held.
How many people work here?
Only myself. But occasionally 2 students, Albert, whom you have met, and Miss White.
Here it is. This is the place where the stolen plants were exhibited.
Thank you. Is there something the matter?
Yes, there is. All right, the plants were valuable and rare, but it seems to me that the tragedy that took place here only 2 days ago has been entirely forgotten already.
What tragedy are you referring to?
The director of Kew Gardens, Mr. Montague Dunn, he died here just 2 days ago.
We're very sorry. We were not aware. The two of you were good friends?
He was my father.
Oh dear. Our condolences. We should not be troubling you. Please do excuse us for the intrusion.
You say that he died here, in the large glass house?
Holmes?
Yes, just here, near the door to the Colonial Collection. He suffered a heart attack. Just like that. So suddenly. It was terrible. Excuse me, gentlemen, but I cannot remain here. If you need me, I'll be in the reserve. That's the room next to the front of the large greenhouse.
Of course, we understand.
おやおや、なんだか話が変わってきそうだぞ。
結局、今回も人の死が関わってくる予感。
これはもう、ホームズさんの宿命かもね。
Do not touch.
The plants were here. All of them was stolen.
この展示台にあったものすべて盗まれたの？
これは結構な数だったんじゃないかな。
Here is a list of the stolen plants.
全部で10個あったみたいだね。
大きさがわからないけど、それだけあったら運ぶのも大変だろうに。
大胆な犯人ですなぁ。
According to Albert, this is where his father, Montague Dunn, was found dead.
ここか。
This sign is broken. Something heavy was dropped upon it.
確かに標識が壊れてるね。
Blood. Someone fell violently against this sign, and they were injured in the clash. Most likely a head wound.
この血がついたところに頭を打ったのかな？
ここに何かの破片があるよ。
Fragments of a flower pot. It fell down here.
植木鉢の破片か。
ここでホームズアイ。
おお、シミのようなものが見えるぞ。
Soil. It should have come from a flower pot.
植木鉢の土の跡か。
The soil on the side of this flower shelf is the same as that on the ground.
ここについてた土も、床のものと同じらしい。
上から植木鉢が落っこちたんですかね。
お、ここには足跡があるぞ。
The traces are thinner in some places.
跡が薄い場所か。
These boot marks are fresh. It appears as though someone was dragging their feet. The footprints reveal that someone staggered here.
誰かがここでよろめいたか。
ここで亡くなったという、モンタグーダンさんかな？
他にもホームズ愛に反応するものが。
This pot was broken fairly recently. A flower pot recently fell down from these shelves and was misplaced.
この鉢が、落っこちて土が散乱したのか。
ここの扉も変だぞ。
The door was smashed at shoulder height.
肩の高さあたりか。
This door handle is new. It was recently changed.
ふーむ。この扉も最近壊されたのかな？
ここも調べられるぞ。
The esconsson was breached near the handle. The door was forced from the inside of the Colonial Collection Room. The handle was changed afterwards.
I think we need to inspect the Colonial Collection Room.
All the clues around here are quite suspicious. I need my imagination to make sense of it all.
出た、想像力タイム。
おお、これはなんだ？
どうやら、起きた現象通りに、順番をつけるらしい。
順番か。まずは、この部屋に入ってくるとこからだよね。
それじゃこれが1だね。
で、これが2だ。
倒れるところが3と。
この順序で、合ってると思うけど。
最初に扉を壊して開けて、
よろよろしながら植木鉢を落とす。
そして、力尽きて標識にぶつかるように倒れ込む。
これが、モンタグーダンさんの行動か。
This reconstruction reveals a disturbing fact. Montague Dunn damaged the door of the Colonial Collection Room.
He was in a panic, or the door was locked. Was it an accident, or a murder then, I wonder? I think we need to inspect the Colonial Collection Room.
植民地展示室ってのは、イギリスの植民地にある植物の展示室のことかな？
Very strange. Half of the colonial collection is absent.
ここでまたホームズアイ。
またシミのようなものが。
The smell is strong. It is a detergent.
これは洗剤の跡か。
誰かが、ここを掃除したのかな？
これはなんだ？
This broken fragment was the result of a heavy blow.
砕けた石のかけらか。
A fragment of marble, most likely chipped from a statue or sculpture.
大理石の像？
もともとはここにあったのかな？
These windows were perfectly cleaned. Part of this greenhouse was emptied and thoroughly cleaned.
窓ガラスも掃除されてるようだ。
どうしてこの一角だけ？
掃除自体は怪しい行為ではないが、亡くなった人がいた現場の一角だけ掃除されてるとなると、
いろいろと勘ぐっちゃいますな。
本当に病死だったのか、それとも何かの罠だったのか。
モンタグーダンさんの、検視解剖が必要か。
それじゃ、スコットランドヤードに行くぞー。
移動シーンはカーッと。
I asked Inspector Lestrade to take Montague Dunn's body to Scotland Yard.
It's ready for autopsy then.
先に申し上げますが、 検視解剖で内臓が出てくるので、苦手な方は見ない方がいいかと思います。
まずは、大量の観察からだけどね。
心臓発作なら、心臓に病的な兆候がありそうよね。
ワトソンさんがいるから、心強いね。
First of all, let us carry out an external examination.
では大量観察から。
There are no suspicious marks upon the chest. Let us finish our external examination, so that we can proceed with the autopsy.
胸部は異常なしと。
それじゃ、顔を見てみましょうか。
傷がありますね。
There is an injury to the skull, most probably caused by the fall in the water lily greenhouse.
頭を打った時か。
The air from the lungs carries a faint floral aroma.
肺からの空気に花の香り？
The vessels and the pupil of the eye appear quite normal.
瞳孔などは特に異常ないみたい。
他に観察すべきところはどこかな？
手を見てみよう。
Nothing suspicious here.
左手は特に異常なしか。
右手はどうかな？
No redness, stings, or bruises.
異常なしか。
Now, let us examine the internal organs.
いよいよ内臓か。
口笛吹いてるの、ワトソンさん。
よく口笛吹きながら解剖できるなぁ。
さて、まずは心臓を調べよう。
The heart's blood vessels show no pathological signs.
心臓自体は問題ないのか。
これは。
The heart tissue shows no visible pathological signs.
やはり、心臓そのものに病的兆候はないらしい。
次は、肺を見てみよう。
The lungs are congested and edematous.
肺水腫ってこと？
なんだこれは。
The tissue on the inferior lobe of the right lung is damaged, most probably caused by toxins from an unknown plant.
未知の植物の毒素だって？
なんてこった、これは話が変わってきたぞ。
The liver is enlarged. It would seem that he was suffering from an alcohol addiction.
アルコール依存症か。
The liver tissue is brown. There are no visible pathological signs.
他に、病的な兆候はないみたいだね。
それじゃ、次は胃を調べよう。
The stomach tissues show no visible pathological signs.
胃の組織も特に異常はないかな。
There is a small amount of content. It appears that he breakfasted lightly, only a short while before his death.
胃の中には、朝食があるだけか。
ということは、肺のあれが。
My suspicions have been substantiated. Montague Dunn, the director of Kew Gardens, died from poisoning. Plant poisoning, to be more exact.
You mean
Yes, it is murder.
we should inform Lestrade?
Yes, but do remember, Watson, that I discovered the murder. The challenge is mine.
The challenge, Holmes?
We need to locate that deadly plant. Such a perfect murder appeals to me.
Murder of any kind appeals to you. Is that all we need to do?
No, we also have the people working at Kew Gardens. Martin Hamish, and the son of the victim, Albert Dunn.
And also Miss White, of whom we spoke with Mr. Hamish. Should we bring them all here for interrogation?
No. A few innocuous questions at Kew will suffice, as well as a discreet delve into their personal affairs. Yes, Watson, it is time now to open the doors.
Even those in the staff building. I suppose that is necessary.
We should also be concerned with the victim himself. After all, we don't know very much about Montague Dunn.
You're enjoying this already, aren't you?
More than a little.
植物の盗難事件が、殺人事件の捜査に変わるとはね。
驚いたな。しかし、他殺ならば、犯人を野放しにしておくわけにはいかないね。
モンタグーダンさんが、毒殺されたのは間違いない。
肺が損傷してるということは、毒ガスのようなものか。
植民地展示室に閉じ込められた後、何者かがあの部屋に毒ガスを撒いたか。
そんな毒ガスを出す植物があるんだろうか。
ここは植物園だから、いろんな植物があるだろうけど、そんなに危険なものを置いてるのかな？
そのあたりに関する情報も調べないとねー。
他殺だとしたら、容疑者は3人か。
このヘイミッシュさんと、被害者の息子のアルバートさん、そしてここで働いているというホワイトさん。
これは、全員から話を聞く必要がありますな。
ヘイミッシュさんの観察完了。
それでは、 聞いてみましょう。
Mr. Hamish, can you explain to us what happened to the colonial collection? It seems somewhat depleted.
But, most likely maintenance work, tidying up.
You're not sure, then? But you're the deputy director.
Well, I am busy. I cannot be everywhere at once.
片付けられた理由は知らないか。
Albert told us about the tragic death of Mr. Dunn, the late director of Kew Gardens.
Tragic indeed. His heart attack was quite unexpected.
モンタグーダンさんとのご関係は？
As deputy director, how was your relationship with Montague Dunn?
To be honest with you, Mr. Holmes, it could have been better. You see, every Tuesday he would carry out his inspection of the gardens, but it was solely to make an impression, great pretense that he cared at all. He would give out absurd orders, ignoring anyone else's opinion. He would then disappear for the rest of the week. He was what some might call a man of action. I'd say rather he was overzealous and chaotic. So after all, it was no wonder, perhaps, that he ended up like that, if you take into consideration his kind of lifestyle.
これは相当関係が悪かったようですな。
You mentioned that Mr. Dunn led a particular lifestyle.
Well, it's no secret that he enjoyed, celebrating, shall we say? He was a member of the London Smart Set. He was famous for it. That
And
he had an eye for the ladies, to put it mildly, Mr. Holmes.
モンタグーダンさんは、なかなかの遊び人だったらしい。
tell me, Mr. Hamish, do you grow the more deadly variety of plant here?
You mean insectivorous? Yes, but nothing larger than that.
食虫植物か。
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
食虫植物に、人を死に至らしめるほどの、毒ガスを出すものがあるんだろうか。
虫が止まると、パクッと挟んで食べちゃうのは見たことがあるけどね。
お、ここにいるのは、
Can I help you, gentlemen?
被害者の息子の、アルバート・ダンさんか。
息子さんも容疑者の一人になってしまうとは。
しかし、この人がお父さんの死を、ホームズさんに相談しなかったら、調査することにならなかったかも。
確かに、犯人だったら、有名な探偵のホームズさんにあんなことを言うか、疑問が残るところだね。
本人は、深い悲しみに暮れているらしい。
まあ、先入観を持たずに、しっかり調べないといけませんな。
非常なようだが、仕方あるまい。
Who is Miss Margaret White?
Ah, she is the young lady who studies with me. She visits here sometimes to help out with the greenhouses. In fact, she should be here today. She wanted to work at the seed house. That's the small greenhouse across from the large glass house.
後で会いに行ってみよう。
Do you work here?
Yes, but part-time only, for I'm also studying botany at the University of London.
You're following in your father's footsteps, then. That is commendable.
Well, even if botany is not my strongest suit, there are people who say that I could be a good manager.
植物学は得意ではないのか。
We noticed that a part of the colonial collection has been cleared.
Ah. At the moment, I'm just dealing with the storage room. I don't know much about the other rooms.
彼も片付けられた理由は知らないか。
I imagine that your relationship with your father may have been a strained one.
Yes. I cannot say that he was a kind man, for he never listened to me at all. He forced me to work here. But now, after his death, I've been pondering it over. Perhaps he wasn't so wrong about me after all. I have to follow his path, and I have to manage Kew Gardens, and I can do it. I can be as good as any other who works here.
以前はここで働くのは嫌だったみたいだけど、今はやる気があるみたいね。
Would you please tell us about Martin Hamish, the deputy director?
Well, I have to tell you that Mr. Hamish is not and has never been the deputy director of Kew Gardens. My father would not have tolerated it.
Indeed? Well, that is most interesting. He told us that he was.
Yes, because he believes that the management should be passed down to him now that my father is dead. But in actual fact, Mr. Hamish only has the honour of being the garden's longest-serving employee. In fact, if we are to think logically at all, it should be me who takes over the management of Kew Gardens.
Do you not have a good relationship with Mr. Hamish?
I suppose so. But we have very little in common. Mr. Hamish loves his plants and Kew Gardens, and I cannot say that I share his passion.
I see. And how was his relationship with your father?
Oh, he hated my father. It was obvious. He would be furious whenever my father boasted of Kew Gardens in the newspapers or at conferences. He was convinced that my father was stealing all of the credit for himself. That my father treated Mr. Hamish in the same way as he treated anyone. Dismissively. With indifference.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
被害者と、ヘイミッシュさんが不仲だったのは間違いないようね。
お、早送りになったね。
ホワイトさんを探すために走ってたんだけど、この植物園、結構広いのよね
ここが被害者が倒れてた現場か。
ちなみに、後で園内のマップが出てくるよ。
ふむ。位置関係を把握しておいた方が良さそうね。
どこに何の部屋があるかくらい知っておかないとね。
There is a smell of burning.
うお、あそこで何か燃えてるぞ。
植物園の一角でゴミを燃やしてるのかな？
ここでもホームズ
何やら怪しいものがありそうですぜ。
よーし、しっかりここを調査するぞー。
割れた鉢を発見しましたー。
裏に何か書いてあったぞ。
The symbol is not from Kew Gardens.
この植物園以外の鉢ってこと？
なぜ、こんなところに。
A protective mask.
防毒マスクだ。
こんなものまで。
Someone set it alight, but it did not burn.
誰かが燃やそうとしたんだ。
一体誰が？
The plants were set alight fairly recently. Some have not completely burned.
何かの植物が燃やされてる。
A door handle? Why would anyone throw such a thing in the fire? The door handle to the Colonial Collection and that of the fireplace are made of the same material.
まるで、証拠を処分したような感じだね。
A broom handle was half burned.
これは匂いますねー。
The remains of a picture frame.
これが犯人の仕業なら、多くの証拠は燃やされてしまったかもしれない。
相手は用心深い性格かもしれない。
病死と処理されても、油断はしてなかったか。
Look, Holmes, this charming lady must be Miss White. She's entering the seed house.
ワトソンさん、目がいいなー。
よく可愛らしい女性ってわかったね。
ここかな？
Open.
お、いらっしゃいましたね。
それでは、ワトソンさんの好みの女性に、話しかけてみるとしよう。
Good day to you, miss. You have some very beautiful plants here.
Why, thank you, sir. And good day to you too. But...
Oh, I do beg your pardon. My name is Dr. John Watson. This is my good friend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
I am honored to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. My name is Margaret White. Excuse me, but are you Sherlock Holmes, the great detective?
Yes, I am he.
What a pleasure to see you here at Kew Gardens. Are you working on a case?
ワトソンさん、すっごい喋ってたね。
あんなワトソンさん、初めて見たわ。
それに対し、ホームズさんが冷ややかな目で見ていた気もする。
ワトソンさんの印象がちょっと変わったわー。
ワトソンさんだって男なのさ。
確かに、美しいお方ですからね。
過去の栄養失調か。
どうやら、実家は貧しいようだね。
しかし、今は高価な香水か。
今は経済的に余裕ができたってことかな。
そうかもね。
Yes, a theft of plants that took place here a few days ago after their most recent exhibition.
Oh yes, of course. I quite forgot about that.
すっかり忘れていた？
Oh, it's quite understandable that you might forget about the theft of the plants, miss, after the tragedy that took place here.
Yes. The director was a truly good man. It is such a terrible misfortune.
なるほど、そういうことか。
Would you happen to know why part of the Colonial Collection was cleared?
No, I have never been there.
彼女も片付けられた理由は知らないか？
Do you work here?
Part-time only. I am a biology student at the London University. I attend the same classes as the son of Mr. Montague Dunn. That is how I found my chance to work here for part of my thesis, you see. It is a great honor.
ホワイトさんは、生物学が専攻なのかな？
How well did you know Mr. Montague Dunn?
He was a master, a great leader. I saw him almost as a spiritual father.
He had an exceptional nature?
Oh yes, indeed. He was always so active, and so optimistic, and very nice to me. Although he could behave harshly towards his son.
Why so?
He loved his son dearly and wanted the very best for him. It made him extremely demanding. Albert, who is naturally shy, suffered because of it.
厳しさは、愛情があったからこそか。
なるほどね。
Most of the doors in Kew Gardens are locked. Do you have a key to this room?
Oh, yes. Albert gave me a set of duplicate keys. He agreed I might carry out my studies without disturbing him. It is only temporary.
Thank you, miss. None of the 3 people who work at Kew Gardens know why half of the colonial collection was cleared. So, someone is lying. It is obvious.
誰かが嘘をついてるか。
おそらく、その嘘をついてる人が犯人だろうね。
片付けたのは、何かの痕跡を消すためだろうからね。
These leather gloves are new and of good quality. They do not appear to have been used.
手袋は使われた形跡なしか。
A book about ships. Nothing at all to do with plants.
船の写真もあるね。
Materials for college study. They belong to Albert. This place serves as Albert's office.
ここは、アルバートさんの事務所でもあるのか。
ふむふむ。
From here, we are unable to see the interior of the colonial collection room.
ここからは、被害者が閉じ込められた場所は見えないと。
遠くから見えることが重要になってくるんだろうか。
まあ、閉じ込められてないと、毒ガスを充満させても意味がないからね。
まだどんな方法で毒ガスを発生させたかわからないけど。
あ、そうだ。地図を見ておこうか。
位置関係を把握しておこう。
こちらが出入り口だね。
Director's office, cloakroom, and laboratory.
その近くには事務室か。
Palm house.
ここはアルバートさんがいたあたりだね。
Water lily greenhouse.
ここは被害者が倒れていた場所だ。
Colonial collection.
植民地展示室は閉じ込められた場所。
Nursery.
その向かいは、育苗施設というところらしい。
Seed house.
ここは、ホワイトさんがいたところだね。
換気装置もあるのか。
Ventilation system.
施設全体をここで管理しているのかな？
そうかもね。
Dry tropics.
この近くで、いろいろなものが燃やされてたんだよね。
この地図で言うと、右下で燃やされてたね。
他にチェックすべきところはあるかな？
Reserve.
アルバートさんがいたところは、貯蔵室っていうのか。
まだ、育苗施設や、左上の事務所は調べてないね。
次回は、そこの調査からだ。
それでは、今回はここまで。
また次回だよー。
ご視聴ありがとうございました。グッドボタンとチャンネル登録よろしくお願いします。